Eddie Hearn in this interview with Fight Hype says he does not expect Terence Crawford to get the next shot at Sebastian Fundora. Eddie Hearn says that he expects Fundora to go with either Spence or Tim Tszyu, and he outlines what everybody in the boxing world pretty much knows, which is the reason Crawford won't get the opportunity is because he's not signed to the PBC, and they don't want to give up another big money fight to a guy who is in charge of his own career. He does not outline his man, Israel Madrimov, who is the WBA light middleweight champion, getting a shot at Crawford, because that is a fight that has been talked about, and I would have done a video on that because I am very interested to see what Madrimov can do in this division. The other champion not so much, but again I've got another video coming on that. He doesn't confirm nor deny again whether that rumour is true. He doesn't even talk about it. He just says, hey, we've got Madrimov. I don't know if the Saudis will put together a fight between him and Madrimov, meaning Crawford and Madrimov. It would be very interesting, but again, Eddie Hearn doesn't seem amazingly keen on it, and who knows, it does really depend what people out there with deep pockets are interested. And we all know that Turki Al-Sheikh has very, very deep pockets. So if he is interested in that fight, it could get made. And it wouldn't be for the WBO title, it would be for the WBA, but it's still a far more credible win than some other options out there. People have talked about Tim Tszyu and Crawford. Well, Tim Tszyu has shown interest in that fight. But again, there are just so many unknowns here. And one of the other champions, like I said, is with Eddie Hearn. And talking about where Madrimov stands, in my current opinion, and I would have done a video on this, but I did enough videos on the Tim Tszyu Sebastian Fundora aftermath, and I felt like I just wanted to wait until more news came out. I've watched that fight several times, and I've actually got closer to scoring the fight for Tim Tszyu, 7 rounds to 5, and it was not a particularly hard fight for me to score. Now, it's open for interpretation. If you had Sebastian Fundora winning, as I did when I first rewatched it, no problem. But like I said, that fight is getting closer and closer every time I watch it. And the fact that that was with a Tim Tszyu who couldn't see properly, it is very hard for me to say that Sebastian Fundora is the better fighter. And Eddie Hearn pretty much echoes those sentiments in this interview. A lot of people are saying that. So not many people say Sebastian Fundora is the number one guy, even though he beat Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, on the other hand, he had not proven to me that he was the number one guy. I mean, he had to beat the other champions to prove that. But up until that Fundora fight, he did have the most stacked resume out of all the champions, because right now Jamal Charlo is pretty much irrelevant. And if he comes back, I'm all for it, but he made himself irrelevant. Israel Madrimov, he's a little bit of an unknown, but based on his style, which like I said is very entertaining, and he is undefeated, he could be a serious player. So I'm very interested to see a fight between those three fight each other. And there's also Jesus Ramos, who was robbed against Erickson Lubin. And then you get Fundora in the mix and Crawford in the mix. Errol Spence, if he is going to fight again, in the mix potentially. That's all really good. So the division is very wide open. Let's see what happens, and let me know what you think about Eddie Hearn not talking about the rumours of Madrimov, his man, fighting Crawford, but saying what a lot of us expect, which is Fundora is not going to fight Crawford. Let me know what you guys think. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.